Yes, children, so we move on to your last lesson from your book, Footprints Without Feet, the hack driver. Hack drivers are those cab drivers. Those taxi drivers are called hack drivers. So here, this hack driver has a carriage, by Sinclair Lewis. Let's talk a little about the author first. Harry Sinclair Lewis was a famous American novelist, short story writer, a playwright, and was the first from the United States to have received the Nobel Prize for Literature. He was awarded Nobel Prize for his vigorous and graphic art of description. He created his characters with wit and humor. His first book, Hike and the Aeroplane, was published in 1912 under the pseudonym Tom Graham. Now about the summary of the chapter. See, when you summary is just the synopsis, the contraction, doesn't mention every minute detail. To know the minute details, you will go through your chapter. The narrator of the story explains that after completing his graduation, he started working with a famous law firm in the city. Now, in the beginning, whenever you are working, so when you start your careers, it is always you are treated like a boy running errands from one place to the other. Same was the case with him. Now he was working with a famous law firm in the city and was working as an assistant clerk there. He was not happy, and the reason for not being happy with his job was because most of the time the work that he had to do was he had to serve summons. Summons are those, this is a legal word where you have to appear before the court or the judiciary. So these are the legal terms, sending summons for legal inquiries. So what was his job? His job was of serving summons, because sometimes he had to, see, going and serving summons to people is not easy. Sometimes he had to face some really harsh situations. While serving these summons, he had to undergo a lot of ordeals, a lot of troubles. One day, he got a task. The task of serving summons to Oliver Lutkins. No spelling mistakes, remember, and not to forget the name also. So now he was to go and serve summons to Oliver Lutkins, who was a key witness in some case. He had not been responding to the letters, so that is why a personal need was there to give summons to him. So he was assigned this duty of going and serving summons to Oliver Lutkins. Now he lived in a small town named New Mullion. The narrator was very excited to visit a small and beautiful town. See, visiting another place, and especially when you will be paid for all your expenses, is always enjoyable. So he was happy that he was being sent to another place, and the name was New Mullion. The narrator was very excited to visit a small and beautiful town, but his excitement ended by the dull appearance of the town. He saw a hack driver. See, remember our title is hack driver. No? So he saw a hack driver standing at the platform who was very cheerful, very nice, and had a very nice smile. So he goes up to him and inquired about Oliver Lutkins. He asked him, I've come to this place and I've come here inquiring about Oliver Lutkins. Now, as he was new to the town and he wanted to find him in order to personally serve him the summons, the driver told him that Oliver was a nasty man and he owed a debt to a number of people. He also told him that he owes debt to me also. He owes me also money. Who said that? Hack driver. Now then we move on to he also cunningly extracted information from the lawyer that he needed Lutkins for some court case. So the hack driver was able to talk him out. So this fellow told him that he was a lawyer and he needed Lutkins for some court case. A deal was cracked between the two. And he decided to hire Bill's hack and go on a search for Lutkins. As he was new to this place and Bill the hack driver was old and belonged to that place, so a deal was cracked between the two and he had to leave early also. He had to take his afternoon train. So a deal was cracked that Bill in his hack would take him and they will both go in search of Lutkins. Bill somehow traps the lawyer in his story. See, remember the words like, traps the lawyer. Now, Bill somehow traps the lawyer in his story and they visit different places. Wherever they go, the information that they get is that he just left an hour ago. He just left 5 minutes ago. So that means the person is there. The whole situation seems to be quite genuine and authentic, the way Bill is behaving with this lawyer. He always asked the lawyer to stay behind. He would not take him along. He would tell him, you stay here, I'll go inside and I'll find out about Lutkins and I'll come out. So he would come out and give the information to the lawyer that he just left 5 minutes ago. He was here, but he just left. So the lawyer was convinced. They go to fridges to catch Lutkins while playing poker. They thought, there we'll find, because he frequently goes to that place. So they go there in order to look for him. But there, Bill comes and tells him that he has gone to Gustav for a shave. He's gone to a barber shop for a shave. Now when they go to barber shop, at Gustav's, they were not able to meet him. And someone told them that someone saw him at the pool room. Could not catch him. Saw him at the pool room. Here also somebody said that he left the pool room after buying cigarettes. All this information was being provided by Bill the hack driver to lawyer. Where all did they go? They went to fridges to catch Lutkins. He had left from there. Then they went to Gustav where he had gone for shave. They were told that he had gone to the pool room, and then they were told that somebody said that he left the pool room after buying cigarettes. Now Bill described Lutkins as a cunning man and guessed that he must have gone to Gray's for a shave. In the afternoon, Bill offered to buy lunch from his wife as it would be less costly than the restaurant. It would be less greasy, more economical. So he told him, half a dollar, I'll buy you a lunch from my home only, and then we could go up and have the lunch together. Now they had lunch at Wade's Hill, a very beautiful place where they sat, enjoyed their lunch, watched those meadows and those pastures. By that time, the clerk was totally impressed, totally in his awe, and was impressed by Bill's nice and cheery nature. He had even started comparing village people to city people. Later on, they went to search for Lutkins at his mother's house. Now, the last place was to go in search for him at his mother's house. And there, on the basis of information that had come from one of his friends. Now, there the lady was horrible, and they hurriedly left the place as she was about to attack them with a hot iron rod. They both were terrified, ran out from there. At last the lawyer had to leave without serving summons to Lutkins. Next day, he was scolded badly by his chief and was again sent to New Orleans with a companion who knew Lutkins. Now look at the dramatic ending in the story. He received a lot of scoldings from the chief. Next day, again he is being sent along with a companion who knew Lutkins was. Now when they reached the station, the clerk happily pointed out that Bill was a very helpful person, because it was with Bill he had spent the day before. So when he pointed towards Bill, telling his companion, look, there that person Bill, a very helpful man. Now at this time the truth was revealed by his companion that the hack driver was none other than Lutkins himself. The clerk felt so bad and ashamed of how he had been fooled by a villager. So see, all this while it was Lutkin himself who claimed to be Bill, and he himself is looking for himself, making a fool of the lawyer, going to various places, going to the barber, going to that pool room, telling him, whereas all the time he himself was Lutkins. And only next day the picture was cleared to him through his companion, because he knew who Lutkins was. A nice enjoyable story, and not difficult at all. Not lot many points are there, except those 3-4 places where they go looking for him. And then there aren't many long questions. There has to be just one major long question. Apart from that, you just have few short questions that, again, if your story is fully prepared, you will not face any problem. Right? With this, we end your summary. Now the next step left with you is to read your chapter. Go through your chapter. And when you do it, make sure there's no noise outside. Sit in a room, a quiet room, no disturbance. And next, when you are sitting quietly, next disturbance comes from where? It comes from your thoughts. Your thoughts start running left and right. Brush them aside. Take them out and just say, I'm going to read my story. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. Wherever you feel your thoughts are going, bring them back. Wherever you get a little distracted, or you're tired, read the story, give a gap of about 5 or 10 minutes, go take a round, wash your face, put something in your mouth, munch a little, return back and study. Have small breaks while you study. Okay. Take care. Thank you.